This horror movie scene comes to us from Jay. His encounter happened just a few weeks ago at the beginning of December in 2023. Jay is living a nice, quiet life in Northern Ontario and assumes this is the way it's going to stay. But Jay is wrong. It's the second week of deer season and Jay is up, coffeed, and ready to go. He cocks his crossbow and heads to the run. It's 5 a.m. Sky's clear and the air brisk. He had a trail cam set up that had shown him all the bucks that would visit along with the raccoons and mink and other critters. It's gonna be a good day, he thinks, as he heads toward the blind that he already has set up in that spot. Sitting in the dark blind, Jay feels a bit uneasy, which is odd since he's been here every day this week and everything had felt fine. But here it was. Every sound thrills him. He hears leaves rustling in the slight breeze as he just settles in, his gaze fixed on the 7x5 blind window in front of him. After checking his equipment, Jay suddenly becomes aware of the deafening silence around him. No wind. Even the sound from the deer mouse that lives under his blind is eerily absent. The birds had ceased their tattletale screeches, warning that a hunter's in the area. Absolute silence. Then it happened. A sound that both puzzled him and terrified him all at once danced on the air. Jay leans forward toward the blind window, trying to understand and identify this new sound. But this is something that he's never heard before, except that it's oddly still familiar. Jay's brain scrambles, trying to figure out why this sound is so familiar, even though he knows he has never heard it in the forest before. When the answer pops right into his head. And when it does, Jay thinks, no way. Yet, here it is. And just what is that sound, you ask? The sound of the creature from the Predator movie. That's the only sound he can equate it to. Clicks that rise and fall in clusters with that odd cadence. And he's thinking what you're thinking. No way! His mind starts running over the catalog in his head of the forest sounds he knows and has heard before. Raccoons and woodpeckers and every small creature he can think of. But nothing in nature sounds at all like this. As the sun begins to rise, the disturbing silence continues. Nothing is moving. The trail cams had shown the times almost like clockwork when the deer made their rounds. So Jay waits and waits, but they don't show. Nothing shows. 5 hours pass and not even a bird appears at the feed pile. The only sound he hears? Sporadic clusters of clicking. Then, out of the blue, Jay hears a crack and looks straight ahead at his 12 o'clock where he sees a 2-inch tree suddenly bend and then break about 3 feet off the ground. Nothing around it. It just bends and breaks. He saw no shimmer, no being, and no reason for the tree to bend. Jay thinks for a moment, packs up, and heads back to camp. Funny thing is, no one in his hunting group saw another deer in the area the entire rest of the week. Not on the trail cams, not even tracks, in an area that was full of deer before this happened. Jay doesn't know of anything in nature that sounds like what he heard. He sat and watched that tree bend. He watched it break, and whatever it was that pushed it over and broke it was, at least to Jay's eyes, completely invisible. Well, Jay says that's what happened, and he doesn't have an answer for it. There is no sighting, no easy explanation. So, does anyone else have any ideas of what Jay saw or didn't see?